And one of the things I do want to start with is, I say this to you, this is something that we have known as the world for years and years and years, but how do you really get people to care about this initiative and just about going green and being green all the time?
It's a very difficult challenge. There are two aspects to it. There's the green business aspect, and that's for the executive suite, when the executive suite has got to take action to implement green policies. And then there's the green office as opposed to green business, and the green office week is where we bring it down to the workplace. In other words, we want Joe and Mary and Tandi and Hannah to know about it. And if we speak in green business speak and use words like sustainability and climate change, we lose people. So Green Office Week came precisely to touch the heart of the worker on the ground floor and the first floor who may not understand green business speak. And so we brought it down to office level. So we speak about recycling in a language that you and I can understand, and about printing in a way that saves a lot of paper. And so that makes a lot of sense, and that's why we've been, I think, very successful in that a lot of people have taken to it because they understand now what sustainability is about, what eco-friendly is about. Most people, if you mention to them being eco-conscious or eco-friendly, especially before, they would shy away from it. Now we're trying to make those words have meaning for you and I at the office.
If I'm in the office though, why should this bother me? Because again, it goes back to, why should I care about it? I've been hearing about it, and we are so bombarded when it comes to global warming and all of that, to the point where you're feeling as though you're saturated with so much information, and you still get people who are saying, still, why should I care?
Very simply, because your salary increase may depend on it. If you save and you recycle and you learn to reuse and you learn to upgrade your equipment instead of constantly buying, if you learn to waste less, your company is going to save money. We have companies in South Africa who have started measuring how much paper they have learned to save, how much electricity by simple things like switch the lights off when you leave your office, switch your equipment when you're not using it.
But shouldn't that probably be part of the incentive for people when you start talking money? Because that is what's happened in industry also. I mean, we've seen what happened with the airline industry, for instance, into the EU, where the EU said by 2012 we want you to be having this when it comes to operating your airlines, and airlines, if they wanted to land into the EU, had to comply with that. Do we not need to have that kind of a, if you don't do it, then there will be consequences?
Yes, absolutely. And that's why the Global Reporting Initiative, the GRI, as most of your business listeners will know, has become so important, because the executive suite has to care about sustainability. But people like you and I at the workplace, we want to make sure that our salary increase will be better, and it can only be better if you and I play our part.
Are companies doing that though? If they're saying that we're saving so much on being green and then compensating the employees for being a part of that?
I cannot speak as to if companies are saying that. That's what we want people to understand. It's up to the executive suite if they want to say that, but certainly we are saying that.
Would you recommend it?
Green business is good business. Financial sustainability has a lot to do with also being eco-conscious.
I want to talk a little bit about the Green Heart Award, because I would imagine that that's something that people would then be able to see, because I've been, you know, acting green, and so I'm going to get a reward. Just talk to us about what the rewards are in that award.
Our business is about creating champions in whatever we do, and of course if you have identified somebody in this particular company, or a Joe in this company and Mary in the other company, for having done the green thing, for doing green deeds, not just good deeds but green deeds, for having started waste management, or putting up recycling baskets, or teaching people how not to print so much, to use your email, your electronic media so much. Those people are champions. They are not your sustainability directors saying you do this because it's policy, but it's people who care, and we want to know who they are. And the best way to get green behaviors going is to motivate and reward. And the Green Heart is to identify the people at work who are doing things, not waiting for the executive suite, and we want to reward them. And the nominations are going to close this Friday.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us. And I suppose if people just want to know about you, they can get into Google and find out how they can be able to.
Can I mention the website quickly? It's www.greenofficeweek.co.za, and thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming and joining us.